The angels are whispering, they are calling your name softly in the realm of spirit, saying, "Mark your attendance, my child." For too long, you have been absent from the place where heaven wants you to stand. For too long, you have delayed, postponed, and wondered if your presence even mattered. But listen now, because the angels are declaring something that will shake your heart and awaken your soul. The incomplete work will be completed. That which you thought was left behind, that which was left broken, that which never reached the fullness you hoped for, heaven is now breathing completion into it. My child, don't ignore this voice, for the angels are not speaking by chance. They are speaking because this moment belongs to you. When heaven says, "Mark your attendance," it is not about a classroom or a register. It is about standing in the spiritual place that was always yours but where you did not arrive yet. It is about being counted present in the divine roll call of destiny. You see, there are blessings that have your name written on them, there are miracles that cannot be released until you are counted in, and there are breakthroughs that require your signature of presence. For every time you doubted yourself, for every time you skipped the moment, for every time you said, "Maybe tomorrow," heaven was patient, waiting for you. But now, the angels are saying, "Child, it is time to show up, it is time to step in, it is time to mark your attendance." Think of the unfinished chapters of your life. The promises that began but never ended. The doors that opened but seemed to close too quickly. The relationships that almost healed but broke again. The prayers that almost touched heaven but felt unanswered. These are not lost. They are incomplete. And God never leaves what He starts unfinished. He never begins something without having the intention to complete it. That is why the angels are rushing toward you now, saying, "Don't ignore it, my child. This is the hour of completion." There is a sound in the heavens like the ringing of a bell, calling your spirit to awaken. There is a register being opened, and beside your name, there is an empty space waiting to be marked, present. For heaven cannot pour completion into absence. Heaven requires your yes, your willingness, your heart to be attentive. When the angels say, "Mark your attendance," it is because there are divine records being updated in this very moment. It means that heaven is recording your presence in the book of fulfillment. What was left half done will now see its full circle. What was once broken will now be restored. What was once delayed will now be delivered. My child, you have been through seasons where you felt you were missing out. You looked at others and thought, "They are completing their journeys while mine remains stuck." But what you did not see is that your journey was being written in heaven, carefully protected for this appointed hour. The angels are telling you now, stand in your place. Mark your attendance. Do not remain absent any longer. This is the day where heaven begins to complete what was left undone. Let me tell you this truth, incompletion is not failure. Incompletion is simply an announcement that the appointed time has not yet come. But when the appointed time arrives, everything unfinished will suddenly come alive. Look back at the dreams you thought were forgotten. Look back at the prayers you buried under dust. Look back at the projects that seemed abandoned. Heaven says today, "I will complete it." For you serve a God who finishes what He begins, and the angels are the messengers who ensure that the record is marked, that your attendance is counted, that you are present when the moment of completion arrives. Don't ignore this, because the enemy wants you absent. The enemy wants you distracted. The enemy wants you looking elsewhere when heaven calls your name. But God is stronger. His angels are louder. His love is deeper. He will not allow you to miss this divine moment. This is why the angels are crying, "Mark your attendance, child. Don't drift away. Don't skip the moment. Don't remain unseen. You are needed here, now, in this exact moment." And what is about to be completed is not small. It is not ordinary. It is not casual. It is sacred, heavy, glorious. There are generational promises being completed through you. There are blessings your family waited for that are coming through your life. There are prayers your ancestors whispered that heaven is answering now in your presence. When the angels tell you to mark your attendance, it is because your presence is the key that unlocks generational completion. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the weight of this. Every incomplete story of your life, every broken dream, every unanswered cry, every unfulfilled word, the angels are carrying them now to the throne of God, and God is stamping them with a seal of completion. It is being done. It is being finished. It is being completed. You will no longer live in the pain of half-done things. You will no longer walk in the frustration of unfinished chapters. Heaven is perfecting what concerns you. The angels are saying, "Don't ignore this." Why? Because in the spiritual world, moments are precious. If you miss the moment, you miss the flow. But today is not a day for missing. Today is a day of catching. Today is a day of attending. Today is a day of being present where heaven wants you. Heaven's roll call has come to you, and your name is being spoken aloud. Do you hear it? Do you feel it? The angels are repeating it, "Child, mark your attendance." You have cried for this. You have prayed for this. You have waited for this. Now, completion is closer than ever. Don't let your mind wander. Don't let your doubts deceive you. Don't let your heart turn away. This is not the hour of delay. This is the hour of divine fulfillment. My child, the angels are standing by your door. They are surrounding your atmosphere. They are carrying scrolls written with your name. They are saying, "Come, step into the record of completion. Stand in your place. Mark your attendance." The bells of heaven are ringing not for another, but for you. Don't ignore it. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your completion. The angels are still speaking, their voices echoing like waves of light through eternity, calling your soul to attention. They are saying again and again, "Mark your attendance, my child, for heaven is waiting on your yes." Every delay you endured, every unfinished story, every time you thought your prayer vanished into silence, it is now being remembered in heaven. The angels are not asking politely, they are declaring with urgency, with authority, because they know that this is the moment your incomplete work begins to find its completion. My child, you have been walking with heavy steps, carrying burdens of yesterday, but now a new dawn is being opened before you. There are mysteries written about your life in the archives of heaven, pages filled with promises, chapters full of visions. Some of them you glimpsed in dreams. Some of them you felt in whispers. Some of them you touched in moments of prayer. But many of them you left halfway, thinking perhaps they were not meant for you. The angels are telling you today, those unfinished pages were never abandoned. They were preserved for this season. The hand of God has opened the scroll again, and He is saying, mark your attendance, child. You must stand in the place of your destiny so that I can finish what I began in you. What is completion? It is not just the finishing of a task. It is the sealing of a promise. It is the restoration of what was stolen. It is the fulfillment of what was spoken. Completion means the circle is closed, the chapter is whole, the prayer is answered, the seed bears fruit. And now the angels say that your season of incompletion has expired. You are entering a season of wholeness. All that was half done in your life will find its perfect end. Do you remember the tears you cried in secret when no one was watching? The prayers whispered into your pillow at night? The questions you carried in silence? Heaven has recorded every single one of them. They were not wasted. They were stored. They became the seeds of your completion. And now, like rain after a long drought, Heaven is pouring answers upon you. The angels are saying, don't ignore it, child. This is your time. Look at the stories of those before you. Abraham waited but saw his promise. Joseph was thrown into the pit but rose to the palace. Hannah wept bitterly but held her child in her arms. Every incomplete chapter in their lives became a testimony of completion. And so shall it be with you. What was meant to end in sorrow will end in joy. What was left broken will be made whole. What was taken from you will be restored in double measure. The angels are declaring, heaven is taking roll call, and your name has been called. Mark your attendance. Be present. Do not hide. My child, absence is no longer an option. You cannot sit in the background anymore. You cannot let fear keep you silent. You cannot let doubt keep you paralyzed. The scrolls are open, the records are written, the pen of heaven is waiting to write completed beside your name. There are people attached to your obedience. There are blessings attached to your presence. When you mark your attendance in the Spirit, it does not affect you alone. It releases streams of blessing that flow into your family, into your children, into your future generations. Completion is not just personal, it is generational. Heaven wants to complete in you what will overflow into those who come after you. Can you feel it? The atmosphere around you is shifting. The air is full of whispers of completion. The heavens are bending low to your house. The angels are carrying scrolls with your name. They are saying, this child cannot miss the moment. This child must stand present. This child must witness the glory of completion. You have spent too much time grieving over what was incomplete. But heaven says, grieve no more. For what was incomplete is not dead, it is waiting for this hour. It is waiting for this roll call. It is waiting for your attendance. My child, don't ignore this. Because today, the records are shifting. Today, the book is turning. Today, heaven is writing beside your name, fulfilled. Completed. Sealed. The angels are still speaking, their voices woven like golden threads through the fabric of eternity, reaching you in this very moment. They are whispering with clarity yet thundering with authority, mark your attendance, my child. For heaven has been waiting on your presence. Too many seasons have passed where you doubted if your presence mattered, where you thought your absence made no difference, but the truth is, heaven cannot move forward without you being written into its record. There is a place where only your name fits, there is a role where only your spirit belongs, there is a blessing that can only descend once you stand and mark yourself as present. My child, the angels are insistent because heaven has come to the hour of completion. The incomplete is being finalized, the unfinished is being restored, the undone is being perfected, and it requires your attendance to begin. Close your eyes and imagine a great hall in the heavens. At the center lies a scroll unrolled upon a glowing table, its ink shining with divine light. Beside it stands the angel of records, calling names one by one, marking destinies as fulfilled. Suddenly, your name is spoken aloud, and the sound shakes your soul. The heavens pause, waiting. Will you answer? Will you step forward and mark yourself present? The angels lean closer, repeating, "Mark your attendance, child. For your absence has lasted long enough. The moment of completion has arrived." Completion is not simply the closing of a chapter, it is the fullness of what was written for you since the beginning. There are things you started that were left hanging in the balance. Dreams that began but fell silent. Relationships that held promise but broke too soon. Blessings that came close but slipped through your hands. They were never denied, only delayed. And now the angels are telling you, this is the moment where heaven restores and completes. Do not ignore it. You may have asked yourself, why did it take so long? Why was I left with fragments instead of wholeness? The truth is, heaven works in appointed times. The incomplete was never a rejection, it was a preparation. Seeds planted must be hidden before they sprout. Promises spoken must be tested before they bloom. And now the soil of your life is ready. The rain of heaven is falling. The seeds of incompletion are rising to fullness. The angels are declaring with joy, the time of incompletion is over. Child, mark your attendance so that we may finish what was begun. Think of the people who went before you, who carried promises that seemed incomplete. Abraham was promised nations but died owning only a small field. Yet the promise lived on, waiting for its completion in generations. Joseph saw visions of ruling but spent years in the pit and the prison before the palace became his. Hannah prayed for a child through bitter tears, and in due time, Samuel was born, marking completion of her cries. These stories remind us, incompletion is not the end. It is only the pause before the appointed time of fulfillment. And now, heaven says, that appointed time is here. Don't ignore it. Your attendance matters because completion requires your agreement. Heaven will not complete without your yes. That is why the angels are calling you so insistently. They know the books cannot be closed until you show up. There is a seat reserved with your name on it. There is a blessing wrapped in your identity. There is a miracle timed for your presence. And all of heaven is waiting for your response, "Present, Lord. Here I am." Do not think lightly of this. When heaven calls roll, it is not symbolic, it is a divine transaction. Attendance in the Spirit is alignment with destiny. To be absent is to delay. To be present is to accelerate. And in this moment, heaven is accelerating completion in your life. The angels are standing by your side, writing in radiant letters, "This child has marked attendance. This child is ready. This child will not miss the completion of what was started." Perhaps you feel weary from unfinished battles. You've prayed but seen half answers. You've worked but seen half results. You've trusted but seen half breakthroughs. This is why the angels came, because heaven does not deal in halves. Heaven deals in wholeness. The God who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. He is not a God who leaves bridges half built, songs half sung, or stories half written. No, He is the author and the finisher. He is the Alpha and the Omega. What He begins, He completes. What He plants, He brings to harvest. What He speaks, He fulfills. And so the angels stand before you, their wings shimmering with divine urgency, saying, "Child, don't ignore this. The incomplete will be completed. But your attendance is required." Marking your attendance means standing in faith, even when doubts surround you. It means lifting your heart in surrender, saying, "Yes, Lord, I am here." It means not hiding from your destiny any longer, not running from your calling, not avoiding your blessing out of fear. It means showing up fully present, in spirit, in prayer, in obedience. And when you do, the floodgates of completion will open. There is a generational weight upon this moment. Some of the incompletions you carry did not begin with you. They began with those before you, in your family line, in your ancestry. They left behind unfinished prayers, dreams, promises. And now heaven has chosen you to complete them. That is why this moment feels so heavy. You are not just completing your story, you are completing theirs too. The angels rejoice because what was left undone for decades is being fulfilled through your life. You are the chosen one to mark attendance for your lineage. Lift your head, child. You are not late. You are right on time. The angels have been guarding your destiny, keeping your place secure until this appointed hour. Nothing stolen, nothing broken, nothing delayed can stop what heaven has decreed. The record will not close until your name is written in completion. That is why they cry, "Don't ignore this." Because missing this moment would mean missing the culmination of heaven's design. Can you feel it? The incompletions in your life are trembling right now. The unfinished projects, the silent prayers, the unanswered cries, they are trembling because heaven has declared their end. They are about to be completed. They are about to come full circle. They are about to be sealed in victory. And when it happens, you will look back and see the wisdom of the delay. You will see how the broken pieces fit together into a mosaic of beauty. You will see how the half-finished became whole. You will see how your waiting was not wasted but woven into the perfect timing of heaven. And you will declare with your own lips, "Truly, the Lord has completed what He began in me." So rise, child. Wipe the dust of incompletion from your feet. Shake the weight of delay from your shoulders. Mark your attendance with courage. Stand present with faith. Because heaven is calling your name, and the angels are recording your response. And as they write, they are declaring, the incomplete work has now been completed. This child has stood present. This child has not ignored the call. This child is now walking into fullness. The angels are not silent, my child. They are closer now than ever before, leaning near with voices like rivers of light, repeating with firmness, "Mark your attendance, for the incomplete work is waiting for you." You see, heaven cannot release what is sealed until the one whose name is written steps forward to claim it. Your name has been called, not once, not twice, but many times, and heaven has waited patiently. Yet now the angels declare that waiting has come to its end. The hour of completion has struck, and it belongs to you. Imagine a vast chamber filled with golden scrolls, each one glowing with the unfinished assignments of heaven's children. Some scrolls are dim, waiting for their owners to show up. Others are blazing with light, already fulfilled. There, upon one of those scrolls, lies your name. And beside your name is a story left open, a chapter unfinished, a promise halfway written. The angels are circling this scroll, saying, "This cannot remain incomplete. This story must be finished. This child must mark their attendance." Too many times you thought incompletion meant rejection. Too many times you assumed that silence meant denial. But incompletion is not the absence of destiny, it is the pause before its fullness. Think of the seed hidden under soil, unseen, silent, unfinished. But when the rain falls and the sun shines, the seed completes its journey. You, my child, are that seed. Heaven has been watering you, the angels have been guarding you, and now they cry out because the soil is ready to break and reveal your completion. Marking your attendance is more than a symbolic gesture. It is the spiritual alignment of your heart to God's timing. When you say, "Here I am, Lord," you open the gates of completion. When you stand and refuse to run from your calling, you unlock the chains of delay. When you choose to be present, you allow heaven's record to write fulfilled beside your name. The angels are pleading because they know this moment is critical. They know your presence activates completion. They know your yes is the key heaven has been waiting for.